Excuse me. Okay, class, let's take our seats. Today, I'd like to tell you a little story about nice guys. You know, those guys who just can never get a girl because they're so busy dating chads who don't appreciate them and treat them like you know? And, I want to tell you about one I got to know in particular during my time in college. Now, this guy, he was a real nervous Nelly, you know? He was the, oh, where's my hug type of guy.
That was weird for everybody, because you accidentally hugged him instead of me.
You know, that guy. I kind of met him when I was winding down my time at community college. So, as a theater student, I hung out in the green room a lot, and in the green room, we had a lot of ongoing conversations, and people, when they heard an opinion that they wanted to chime in on with their own or disagreed with, they would just kind of butt into your conversation. Yeah, I know it sounds rude, but it was actually pretty normal behavior for us. It wasn't a big deal. So this guy did that to a couple of my convos with a friend, and at first I thought, who is this guy? I've never seen him before. But then after like a couple days to 2 weeks or so of him doing it, I thought, okay, he seems harmless, so not a big deal. Anyway, we ended up transferring to the same university, and when you transfer from one school to another, you don't know anyone. And me being kind of shy, I figured, okay, I'll just talk to the people I know already to help me kind of get through this. So he was one of them, and I got to know him a bit better during university. One thing I noticed about him was he had this weird thing where he always had to buy flowers, you know, like roses or daisies or whatever, for everyone who performed in a show that he knew. But the thing is, he would only ever do it for the women. And I thought, that's a bit weird. I don't know, I never thought about it too hard other than it just kind of stayed in the back of my mind like a worm. So after a while, I asked him, hey, why do you always buy flowers for the women who perform in these shows? And he would tell me the usual, oh, well, you know, you have to show your support for them. You have to show that you care somehow. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just like tradition, so that's why he's doing it. But it always felt weird to me, so I never forgot it. Then one day, he was at my house, about to pick me up for a show. I didn't have a car at the time, so I figured, yeah, if he gives free rides, I'll take it. So he shows up, and he tells me, oh, we gotta leave early, because we gotta get those flowers for the girls, you know? And then my mom goes, hey, why do you always do that? She's wondering what I was wondering. He gave her the usual spiel, you know, he went, well, I mean, you have to show your support for them somehow. You have to show your love for them somehow and all that. But then he said something that stuck out to me that finally confirmed everything that I was wondering about him. He added on the addendum that was, and you never know, one of these days, you might get lucky. And that right there was everything I needed to know about this guy. He wasn't doing it out of the goodness of his heart. He was doing it because he was such a nice guy, and, you know, if he did it, he might get lucky with a girl. She might be so grateful that he brought her roses at the end of a show that she'll go out with him. Now, I'm no saint. I'm part cat after all, so we tend to be pretty moody, but this was just blatantly, like, sexist, chauvinistic behavior. He had this attitude of what I could basically sum up as, I don't understand. I held open the door for her, so why didn't she get down on her knees and blow me right then and there? So after he says all that, my mom just completely emasculates him by going, in the most demeaning tone, yeah, as it ever worked once. And this guy, just completely deflated, goes, well, no, but I mean, you never know, it might work one of these days, you know. On the car ride up, I told him, you know, I don't think you should do that anymore if that's your real goal. Women are pretty good at sensing ulterior motives and will avoid people like that if they make them uncomfortable. Basically, I was trying to help him out. And he was adamant that it would work no matter what. And he goes, well, you never know. I'm sure one of these days it will work. Suffice to say, it didn't work then, and I don't hang out with that guy anymore. But if he is still doing it, I'm sure it still hasn't worked to this day. Retroactively, every woman I've talked to about him, when I've asked how they felt about him, has said that he made them uncomfortable at one point or another. And to add on to it, they all kind of gave a similar reason. They felt that he was trying to, like, hit on them while faking it as something else.
I don't know how. I don't really feel like being around a bunch of people.
No, that's the best part. It'll just be like you and me.
So, why am I telling you all this? Well, for one, it's funny, and I like having my chance to do my perfect impression of him. And also, I think it's good to share these kinds of stories, even if there are like a million nice guy stories out in the ether. So, to all the women out there who watch my channel, all 0.001 of you, stay safe, stay healthy, stay cool, and I hope this helped you. Or maybe it helped no one and I'm just a big dummy. Bleh.